guys are looking for cheap, fast, reliable Ultimate Team coins, definitely go and check out UT Coinbank's fantastic automated service. You get your coins within about 10 seconds. Go ahead and check them out. I'll leave the links down in the description. And apart from that, hope you guys do enjoy today's video. Goodbye. What is up, guys? ThePremiumRat here, and welcome to episode 4 of the Spurs career mode. Today we start with the big one, the North London derby away at the Scummerets. Nothing comes bigger than this. Obviously, we are still on legendary at this point, and we haven't been doing particularly well. As you can see, they were in 14th, 4 points from 4 games, 1 win I think it was at the start of the season against QPR. Other than that, we played pretty dog shit, to be fair. Against Arsenal, we decided to play more of a defensive kind of formation. I think it was 4-5-1. But, you know, as per usual, we get off to an absolutely shocking start. Arsenal just picked me apart, and they somehow managed to schneeb Dzeko off Man City. And he puts it in past Lloris in goal. Puts it in past Lloris to put them 1-0 up, and I was getting fucking angry at this point because I hate Arsenal. I fucking hate these cunts. And obviously I wanted to win this game. But as soon as they scored, we hit back. You know, it was our time to try and dominate the game. Ericsson with a free kick about 31 yards out, I think it was, forcing a good save out of Szczesny. And a couple more chances came our way. Again, Ericsson laying in Strootman with his big left foot. But again, a decent save by Szczesny to keep them out. And we just couldn't seem to find a way through. Into the second half, we made a couple of changes. We brought Chadley on for Townsend, I think that was. That was at half-time. And just into the second half, we had an absolutely glorious chance. Probably the best chance of the game. Destro, just what are you doing? Fucking put that away. But he couldn't put it away, and we were still continuing to dominate the game. We brought on Paulinho as well. We also brought Marshall on up front in place of Destro, just to give us that extra bit of pace. I believe we brought Strootman off for Paulinho. But later on into the game, Arsenal again pick us apart. Again, Dzeko. How did Man City even let him go? That's what I was fucking angry about. Somehow puts it between Lloris's legs, and it was totally undeserved for them to go 2-0 up, because you'll see at the stats at the end, we kind of dominated the game away from home. Plenty of chances, especially that Destro one. We just couldn't seem to break through, and that was how it finished. Absolute heartbreak. Nothing more I can say. It was to be fair, it was a good performance. We just lacked that killer product. Destro should have definitely scored twice. But as you can see there at the end, we managed to bag 8 shots with 7 on target. 42% possession. We always have less possession in the career mode, but I was actually happy with the performance, to be fair, although we did lose the game. But on to the second game then. What a fantastic chance for us to bounce straight back. We had West Brom at home, another fucking Premier League minnow. But again, in the 30th minute, we got off to an absolutely shocking start. I believe that was Sessegnon getting down the wing, doing fairly well and crossing into the back post, who I believe it was Varela. I'm not sure if the same Varela from Porto or whatever, but he manages to put it past into the back post. I don't know what the keeper and the defence was doing, but generally we just got nowhere fucking near it. I don't know why Paulinho is having a go at Lloris there, but Paulinho, you're fucking dog shit, mate. You can't have a go at Hugo. He's probably our best player. But as you can see there, the defence just went to sleep, and I believe he probably beat Danny Rose in the air to put them 1-0 up. And then again, it got worse. We went 2-0 up just for half-time. Went 2-0 down, sorry, just for half-time. One of the most bullshit goals you will ever see. And Berahino just sticks it in. Lloris takes out the fucking striker. And then it just bobbles around. And then somehow Berahino gets his foot on it to put them 2-0 up. And we were in serious trouble at this point. So again, we needed to make some changes. I believe this was into the second half. It might have been at half time. We bought off Strootman, I think it was. No, sorry, we didn't. I honestly have no idea the changes we made. This is not even on my screen at the moment. We bought Strootman on, I think it was for... I was just deciding, I think it was Dembele in the end, there we go. And I believe we bought Soldado on as well. I'm not sure why, just a spur of the moment thing. But into the second half then, early doors, Lennon does really well down the wing. And there's the man we just bought on, Soldado, bagging his first goal of the season with a fucking ridiculous header from the edge of the box. That was literally 17 yards out. Somehow managed to flick it into the front post there. Keeper was absolutely beaten. It was a fantastic header. And then after that, we were just on top, completely on top. Strootman bursting through, playing a nice little 1-2 with Soldado, hitting one from almost 30 yards. Keeper was beaten, but it just manages to hit the roof of the net. And as the clock was ticking down, we had chance after chance after chance, and we just couldn't find a way through. Again, Strootman on the edge of the box, right-footed this time, forcing a good save out of Foster. But as I said, that was it. We just couldn't break through, and West Brom, they beat us, and that was it. That was the final fucking straw. I was 14th. I was near the bottom of the table. I think after this, I was pretty much bottom, and a change was definitely needed. Well, I'm glad that's over. Honestly, I can honestly hold my hands up and say that Legendary had fucking beaten us. We were, 18th, 19th, down the bottom of the table. 4 points from 5 games at the start of the season was just not good enough. Although we were doing well in the Europa League, we thought it was time for a change in the Premier League, and I didn't want it to continue like that, especially we had big games coming up as well, the likes of Man City and stuff. But as I said, we've dropped it down to world class now just to purely keep the series a little bit entertaining, because I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me fucking lose every week. Anyway, then we had a game straight away. Then we were on another Europa League game. We had a game against Red Bull Salzburg away. Another perfect opportunity to bounce back against the shocking result against West Brom. And obviously we're now on world class, and immediately I could tell that this was going to be a massive, massive step down. The fact that fucking Bentaleb manages to get through and put that into the bottom left hand corner just kind of sums up how easy that world class was going to be. But saying that, Red Bull actually do hit back straight away. One of their players hits the post, and then I think it's Davis that takes him out at the same time. And then the referee gives them kind of a dubious free kick on the edge of the box, and they lay it short. And I believe it was their centre-back that puts it in. I don't know what his name is, Heitberger or something like that. I do apologise if I fucked that pronunciation up. But I believe he's one of the centre-backs or one of the defenders. Actually puts that in to bring them back to 1-1 the equalise after about 10 minutes. So, as I said, world class is going to be a massive step down, but we still conceded probably a really, really dog shit goal there. But late into the first half then, we do manage to take the lead again. Dembele this time slipping through Anthony Martial, cuts back inside and hits a really powerful finish past the Red Bull Salzburg keeper to put us 2-1 up after about 39 minutes. Martial, as I said, we're going to be rotating him throughout the season. Obviously he's only like 17, 18, so we're not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to start in the Premier League yet, but he'll get valuable experience in the Europa League. And then just before half time, then we managed to extend our lead further. This time Martial again, a shot saved by their keeper. It falls back down to Bentaleb, who lays in Dembele. And from fucking, like 7 yards, he's really not going to miss from there. And that put us 3-1 up just before half time. And that was, we didn't really clinch the game yet. We probably needed one more just to clinch it. And that's exactly what we did. Into the second half then, I believe we brought Lennon on at half time. And he does really well down the right hand side. Whips it in. A defensive mistake, which Dembele capitalises on to put us 4-1 up. And that effectively pretty much killed the game, to be fair. Lennon doing really well, drilling a cross in. I don't know what the defender's doing there, but that's the difference between world class and legendary. On legendary, the defender would have just booted that away and I wouldn't have scored, but on world class they seem to make a lot more mistakes. And there's a prime example of the step down between legendary and world class. Dembele picking it up straight from kickoff, as if fucking scoring one defensive mistake wasn't bad enough. They have 2 in 2 minutes, and Dembele steals it off the centre back. And he's not going to miss from there. He runs through and puts it into the corner. As I said, you can tell. I could tell already. Us being 5-1 up in the 50th minute, I could see that that legendary was just too hard for us. But world class was probably going to be a bit too easier for us. To be fair, definitely legendary is a lot harder than it was last year. I'm not sure why they've managed to tamper with it, because it was actually quite a challenge last year. But this year it is nigh on impossible. I know a lot of people have said that they've had to just back away from legendary, because it is too hard. But as I said, we were 5-1 up then, and that was pretty much game over. We decided to just bring on some, rest the legs for the Premier League games. That we brought Chadley on at Cam, and I believe we swapped Lloris out and put Vorm in goal. Not sure why, but as soon as that happens, after about the 70th minute, Vorm concedes a goal there. They managed to get quite a scrappy goal. They get down the wing, whip it in, and then one of them at the back post heads it back across, and they kind of tap it in to get themselves a consolation goal, and that brought it back to 5-2. But at this point, it was game over. I was on defensive. I was just trying to see out the game, trying not to make everyone as tired as possible, because as I said, we have big games coming up. I think we have Man City, they're Man United, so we needed to try and pick up points from them, especially on world class now. But there's the finish nonetheless. Anyway, then we managed to then kill the game in the 90th minute. We top off a fantastic performance, really, away from home. We make it 6. Lennon bursting through, who feeds through Martial, who bags his hat trick to put us 6-2 up, and that was pretty much game over. To be fair, it was game over after like fucking 5-0, but 5-1, whatever. But there was the victory, and that put us top of the table in the Europa League. That was Marshall and Dembele both bagging hat-tricks in that game, so on Ultimate Team they would have bagged themselves some informed cards. But anyway guys, that is pretty much it for episode 4. From the continuing episodes from now on, we will be on World Class, so hopefully you will see the results starting to pick up, because a lot of you in the comments were like, oh, you're shit, and like, I wouldn't say I'm the best FIFA player, but I'm not bad. It's just generally the fact that Legendary is fucking hard this year, so I've decided to step it down. But anyway guys, that is pretty much it. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new around here. Remember to go ahead and follow me on Twitter as well, the links that will be down in the description. And apart from that, I'll see you guys later on. Goodbye.